everyone, back again to talk about what we did in science class last week. We talked about robots, which I find really cool, and I knew the kids would love it too. I had a really fun activity for them this time around. Again, we started off with a little packet. I have some illustrations because kids love pictures. But it basically talks about what a robot is, what a robot does, and how they help us. A few examples, very short this time. And I also talk about how a robot works, and we discuss coding. Now, I made up a thing for pre-K kids to do, but I think that almost any aged kid, elementary school, possibly, I would say 3rd grade and below, would find to be a lot of fun. So I introduced them into the very basics of coding. I'll get to that in a minute. But I talked about, I actually asked them what is a robot. I got their thoughts and opinions and got them to tell me what they think a robot does. Some really cute answers like color and braid your hair. I said you can make it beautiful purple like mine. And they also had things like, this actually I think it was genius, was pick up dog poo. I think that would be a great idea for a robot, exactly what a robot it should be made to do. Things that people don't want to do. That's what robots do. Sometimes they can help us in an emergency. I talked about different kinds of robots, like aquatic ones, drones that fly in the air, and basically, and the ones that actually do look human, which isn't very common, but it gets the kids thinking and, maybe imagining what they could do someday as a roboticist. And yes, I told them what a roboticist is. I actually read them a story. I do this often, and near the beginning of my class, it kind of centers them and gets them very drawn in and interested in what we're doing. And if you're interested in what I read, this one was called Boy and Bot. I got this at the library. You can get it on Amazon. I'm not going to read it to you, but I just wanted to show you the age appropriateness. So we have just a basic picture with some text. So that's the age group we're dealing with. This is probably a book for, I would say, pre-K, kindergarten, 1st and 2nd. Okay, now the coding, sorry. So what I did was I made up a bunch of commands, and I called it a line of code. And I made up a bunch of these, and what I did is on a whiteboard with magnets, I put together instructions. And first I had them follow out the commands. They were all my little robots. And what's a great trick is when you want them to be quiet and still, you say the robots have turned off, and they will be as quiet and as still as they can for a preschooler. Brilliant idea. And then we turn them on, and they follow the commands. So I have a whole bunch here. And then after they've gone through a couple rounds of coding, they get to do it to me. I wish I could have filmed that. However, it's not copyright, but I could get in trouble for filming children without their parents' consent. But I am allowed to film one child, and that would be my own. His name is Seth, and he's going to help us demonstrate what we did with the coding. Okay? So these are the lines of code, basic sort of commands that the kids would do, or they would have me do. And there's a couple of examples here. So I'm going to create a line of code and tell my assistant robot to execute the code. So let's do one real quick. Let's take one step, turn left, wave, jump one time, dance, and then stop. Alright, so trusty robot Here's my trusty robot and his sidekick, Smudges. trusty robot. Powering on. Beep, boop, boop, boop. Follow the following commands, please. Take one step. Now, turn left. Uh-oh. There's a glitch in the system. Excuse me while I remove the glitch. She hates being moved. Okay. Now the next part is wave. Very good. Jump one time. Dance. Nice Macarena. Awesome. And stop. And powering down. Nice. Thank you, fellow robot. Bye. So now you get the gist of what we did. If you want to do that with your children, it's super easy, it's super fun, and it really gets them thinking and it gets them excited about science and technology. And honestly, 50% of the time, I want them just to associate science with fun. So there you go. I think next week I'm going to be doing a lesson on seeds, and then we'll get to dissect a pumpkin, which is always fun. All right, bye.